Maista myös aito Amerikan keisari. Keisari 66. Käsin tehty aromikas pintahiiva-olut. American Style.
Live long and prosper. This is Ville Valo from the band called Him from Helsinki, Finland. And at the moment you have the pleasure of watching Chaos TV. Enjoy.
Hello everybody, we are here at Hamburger Börs Hotel in Turku, Finland with the singer Ville Valo from Him. So first of hello and welcome to Chaos TV.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's marvelous being back here. I actually didn't know the Hamburger Börs, however you pronounce it. Actually, they are a chain, so they have a couple of hotels in Stockholm as well. So originally I was thinking that it could be that by mistake, that would be very him to be booked at the one in Stockholm and then fly over for the gig. But thank God it didn't happen.
Okay, so how's the summer generally been for you guys so far?
It's been pretty mellow band-wise. We've done about maybe 6-7 festivals and a couple of more to go. And just enjoying the weather basically, more or less. Saying hi to friends and doing some gardening. The album Tears and Tape came out pretty late in the year, so we're going to start touring proper later on in the autumn time. So it was a bit late to book tons of festivals. So maybe next year we're going to be away from home a bit more.
So a couple of weekends ago you played at the Download Festival, which is quite legendary European festival. So how did the gig go?
Oh, it was fantastic. There's always, I don't know what, there's something in the air or in the water. But yeah, it's a good gig. And I think that was our 5th or our 6th time we've been there. And everything went well. We were able to play in a tent, which is great because I like tents more because you can get the light show working. And a lot of times at festivals when you're playing daytime, or in Finland where it's so light, like in here, you can't get the gloomy, doomy vibe going on so easy. That fits our music. But you do what you can. Yeah, but it's good, and it is legendary. When it was Monster Rock Donington back in the day with Guns N' Roses and everybody playing there. I read about it in Suosikki, the Finnish teeny rock and roll magazine back in the day, and so it's great to be a part of that tradition.
You were supposed to tour like North America in May, but the tour got cancelled because you got sick. So could you tell us with your own words that what actually happened there?
I could use the doctor's words, but I was I probably got a bug from the flight, which is fairly long. I flew over to LA through London, and I was fine for about a couple of days, and then the coughing started, and it was like bronchitis, and since I'm asthmatic. And then there was some bushfires as well, so the air was really bad in Los Angeles at that time. So the doctor said they could be that's all of those combined, and then he said I might be having pneumonia, and tons of antibiotics, and told me to lie down for about 5 to 6 days, which would have meant that we would have had to reschedule the entire tour, which didn't make any sense. That's not the first time it's happened. It's the first time it's been so public, I guess. I wasn't here, but I heard from my mom, my pop, that was in the papers and stuff. So it's just I'm stupid enough to smoke, and then I'm cutting down all the time, and I think the second time we've had that problem. So it's basically you can't breathe, there's bronchitis, you're just coughing, and since you're coughing all the time, your voice goes down and it's like a mess, and then you can't really do anything about it. And since the gigs were all most of the gigs were supposed to be you fly into the city, so you fly every day, and you can't really fly when you're that ill. So it was just a combination of tons of bad luck, and
everything is fine now.
Well, we'll wait and get to see the gig. Let's see what happens. No, it's been fine afterwards. It's just when there's bugs like that around, that the asthma starts acting up, and I have to start doing tons of cortisone and antibiotics and stuff, and you can't really do anything about it but wait. So it took about a week, and then I was okay, and then I stayed an extra week just to make sure that everything's fine for the flight back, which is again 10 hours on the plane, so 12 or 14 or whatever. So goddamn air conditioning.
So today you will be performing at Ruisrock, where you also played a couple of years ago. So what do you think about the festival in general, and what do you expect from the show tonight?
Isn't Ruisrock like one of the oldest festivals in the world? The oldest one, yeah, and it's been going on all the time. I think they did have a break in the 70s, maybe a year or something. I might be wrong too. But yeah, we played here several times, and yeah, it's good to be back as well. And this is the first time we have the opportunity of playing new songs to our native audience. So so it'll be fun. It's always a bit stressful, and then I'm kind of pissed off, about us playing so late. We don't have the time to really hang about, and we probably missed the valomerkki. but and it's going to be cold, probably in the middle of the night. But that's fine. It's it's good to play music in general. It doesn't really matter where. It's just nice that there's still some people who believe in us. So we're trying to keep that going. So yeah, good to be back.
So you have a new album out entitled Tears on Tape, and it has generally gotten quite mixed feedback. So have you been pleased with the feedback the album has received so far?
Well, back in the day you had to be a journalist to write for a paper. You needed some education, and these days with all the websites and everything, everybody can. I haven't read everything, because it just makes me feel sad and depressed. But it's funny that somebody from, let's say, a really heavy metal magazine should review the album, who reviews stuff like Deicide or whatever, because it's not their world. So it seems that some people have they have something against it, and we're fine. And mixed reviews are always good. It'd be terrible if everybody would love it. And then at the end of the day, constructive criticism is the thing. Whether even bad or good. But if there's something really to say, that's good, because that's how we learn as a band as well. But we're kind of excited now that, especially after the summer is over, that we're going to be able to play tour clubs and start playing the new material a bit more. Because, as you know, festival sets are a bit shorter. So it'll take a while to get back, and usually with the new songs, it takes a while to kind of see which ones work live and which don't. So we have to figure it out. I'm not stressed about it. The album's done. It took ages to do, and we're happy about it. So I think that's all that matters now.
Yeah. So as you said, you have now played the new songs live as well. So so what kind of feedback have you received from those and from fans, basically?
I'm keeping my eyes closed pretty much when we're performing, so I don't know too. But it's pretty good considering we've had worse responses back in the day. But yeah, it's okay, but it takes a while. You have to, especially during a festival, there's a lot of people who are not necessarily avid record buyers. They're just partying and they're hanging out and checking out gazillion bands. So obviously they don't know the new songs that well yet. So we do get a big response when we're playing, let's say, Join Me in Death, because a lot of people knew that song or know that song still, which is kind of amazing. So it's a tough competition, try to top that.
So was it hard to include the new songs to the set list, since you already have quite many albums out? And I guess, as you said, people expect to hear certain songs each night.
Well, as they say, kill your darlings. You just, you got to figure out what the songs are that you cannot not play. And then, so that's very important, and then that kind of dictates the whole thingy, more or less. And I think it works pretty well. We've taken some old songs to the set we haven't played in ages, and the new stuff is not too far from what we've done in the past. It's still melancholy and melodic, and then it's got those headbanging moments to it. So it's same old, more or less.
So Ruisrock is a 3-day festival. So if you would organize yourself a festival and decide a headliner for each night, a 3-day festival, which band would you choose to your own bill, and why?
Well, obviously we wouldn't play. We'd be just the fans hanging out. And then at the end of the day, doing your own festivals would be a pain in the butt. So we could just be the guys who decide who's playing and not do anything with the actual festival. Not stress about if there's enough, portaloos or not. I probably, if it's a 3-day one, I'd probably do electronic night, reggae night, and then a rock night. So probably the electronic one would have maybe Depeche Mode as a headlining act. The rock night, probably Black Sabbath. The reggae night, Sizzla, or if Bunny Wailer is still touring Europe, maybe Bunny Wailer or Lee Scratch Perry, something. It's tough to say, but I like all sorts of music. So, and that's the cool thing about festivals, that there's, for example, Roskilde is a great festival as well, in Denmark. That you don't know anything about the acts. And that's the cool thing, because you don't have any expectations, and you just go in and see if it does anything for you, and that's the cool thing, you know. This festival is great. Like Crystal Castle's playing tonight, LaRue, and then last night was Hertz. Missed that one, unfortunately, and then tomorrow's Pet Shop Boys, and they're always great at festivals. We played with them, I think, in Austria or Switzerland a few years back, and it was fantastic. Whether you like them or not, it's always a good show. Yeah, it looks good and sounds good, and and you don't have to think about it too much because you know all the words already.
So you said in an interview with Metal Hammer that you will get the new Black Sabbath album as a vinyl. So have you already gotten that one?
Actually, no, and I'm supposed to be getting the latest from Queens of the Stone Age as well. Okay. But I haven't had the time. My music room back home is a bit of a mess, so I got to recable everything and get stuff working. So but I got good Genelec Finnish speakers now. Yeah.
So do you collect vinyls yourself?
Not really. I have a few hundred, which is not too many. When I was a kid, it was because I was born in '76, so I was into cassettes and vinyl. So I actually do have vinyl from mid-'80s, like Kiss and Iron Maiden and stuff, because that was the format. And then obviously there was a break because of CDs. So I'm kind of like trying to bit by bit regather some classics on vinyl, like, Type O Negative and Sonic Youth and stuff like that. So I do have a bit, and then I'm just interested, does it sound better or not? And for me it does. Like Jethro Tull on vinyl, it sounds way better than on CD.
So thank you very much for taking time off to do this interview with us, and good luck for tonight's show. Anything you want to say as last words to your fans? You can hold the mic and the camera over there.
Oh, fair enough. Please, whether you're young or old, it doesn't really matter, but please stay chaotically beautiful and responsible, if that's possible. It's a good combination though, so ta-ta.
Thank you.
Pleasure.